In this video, I'll be testing these 3 Unity AI tools so you don't have to pay and see how each of them actually work. So we already know that Unity just dropped their new AI assistant tool into open beta, and everyone in the game dev community is talking shit about it. And honestly, is it really good or is it actually bad? To avoid any bias, we will be making the good old Super Mario with these 3 tools: Unity AI, Claude Code, and Adjoint, and we will rank them by running the exact same build tasks on each one of them and telling you exactly what happened, what worked, what broke, and what I would actually use in a real shipped game versus a prototype. Let's get right in. So I built a Super Mario Clone game design document from scratch: player controller, enemy AI, coins, levels, boss fight. Classic, well documented, nothing exotic. Every tool got the exact same task list pulled from a game design document I wrote before filming any single frame of this video. 10 tasks, same prompt every time. I'm judging on these 3 things: how smooth the workflow is, how good the output actually is, and what it costs you to use each of these tools. Let's start with Unity AI, since that's why we're all here. Open beta available right now in Unity 6 and onward, built directly into the editor. On paper, it sounds perfect. An AI that lives inside your project, knows your scene hierarchy, and can help you build without leaving Unity. And look, the setup is genuinely easy. You install it, it connects, and you're prompting inside the editor within minutes. No terminal, no configuration headaches. It also supports other agents and has a memory feature, which is pretty interesting. For someone just getting started with AI-assisted development, this might be the most accessible entry point for you. But here's where it gets pretty frustrating: the credit system. It feels like Unity was greedy on this one. You get a 14-day free trial and 0 credits to start. You have to start by paying money. Sounds like a lot, right? And then in 14 days, you actually start paying your $10 a month. It feels like the pricing structure feels designed to keep you spending without really getting much out of it. It feels kind of greedy. The output itself is decent, but not exceptional. I had so many errors. I had to go back and forth to fix things, and I could not end up running the actual Super Mario game, which sucked. So I really had to move on from this. It does know Unity specific patterns, which is great, but for complex tasks, still need a lot of hand holding to do. Bottom line, great starting point, and the credit ceiling will kind of frustrate you. So moving on from that, let's talk about Claude Code. So Claude Code actually has an MCP as well for Unity. This one surprised people a lot when I told them, as Claude Code has an MCP server that connects directly into your Unity project. You set it up once and now your terminal can see your scene, write scripts, push them into the editor, and if you already have a Claude subscription, this would not cost you anything extra. So I put the same game design document and had it run, and it was actually the fastest. Here were the results. The code quality is the best of the 3 and also was pretty good at designing just for a prototype. You're using Sonnet or Opus directly. These are actual Frontier models, so the code is actually good, not stripped down versions. When I threw complex tasks at it, the output was clean, well structured, and actually readable. The problem is the workflow. You're constantly switching between your terminal and your editor, which could be very annoying. Claude can't see your scene visually. It can't generate assets. It has this thing where it makes you click an editor setting to update changes when new things are made. So every iteration is a round trip, and it gets pretty frustrating pretty fast. So you write a prompt, check Unity, come back, adjust, click on the editor setting to make things update, compile your code. It feels very long and frustrating. So for pure scripting tasks, it holds up, but for building an actual game with momentum, the context switching kills the flow. So straight to the point, best raw output so far, but it doesn't feel like a code developer. It feels like a very smart assistant in another room. So lastly, let's talk about Adjoint. This is the one I actually use, and I saved it for the last. This is the one that changed how I work, and Adjoint is also free. It feels like Cursor inside Unity, and that comparison is actually right. It lives inside the editor, not beside it, and it sees your hierarchy, your assets, your scripts, your scene state, everything, and it can generate code and 3D assets and also audio from the same window. No context switching and no round trips. So I gave it the same game design document and watched what happened. It was pretty fast, but not as fast as Claude, I would say. And this was the result. The workflow is pretty smooth in a way that the other two just aren't. It feels like a code developer sitting next to you. You describe what you want, it builds it, you accept it or reject it. That's it. The only honest con I would say is asset generation quality. Obviously this is for a prototype. Graphics aren't always production ready, so you would need to polish much more what it makes. But for prototyping and building fast, it's pretty unmatched. Like, look at the animations. Pretty cracked, right? It got the actual Mario die animation and the enemy ones as well. And pricing, they have a free option and other plans like Pro and Max as well. Credits are pretty transparent and one credit equals $1 for actual model cost. And they roll over. So final verdict, I would say third place goes to Claude Code, mainly because of the context switching. As a developer, you wouldn't really want to waste time moving between windows too frequently. It had the best raw output for code, second most affordable, but the workflow friction is real. Use it if you're on a budget and mainly need scripting help. Second place I would give to Unity AI. It's still pretty new, most accessible, easiest setup, but the credit system will kind of kill your pockets. Good for beginners, not a long-term solution in my opinion. Potentially see them getting better. First place goes to Adjoint. It's the only tool where I stopped thinking about the tool and just kept building. It's free and works across all Unity versions after Unity 2021. So all the links are in the description. Try each tool yourself and tell me what you think in the comments. Thanks.